when that thing starts playing, ain't it?
What do you mean? Oh, no, you have to meet yourself. You have to meet yourself.
Let's talk about it with us right now. Maybe tears or laughs out loud. Let's make a difference as we speak through conversation for our future and future generations. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's remember to unmute. Hello, hello, hello.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
We did it. We did it. We're back.
Yes.
So sorry we
And
weren't here last week.
my fault. Hashtag, what is it? Mom's life. Hashtag mom's life.
That's right. Sometimes we
I
gotta
had
do. We
t-
gotta do.
two under the weather kiddos. Um, so yeah, I apologize. Um, so this topic, no, we're not doing that first. We're not jumping into the topic first, right?
No, we're gonna start off with this is the final week that
I'm
we're gonna
sorry.
do. Y'all, you have to bear with us, okay? You
Yo,
feeling under the weather too, but this is
I'm
gonna be
for
the
real.
last Sunday that we do the National Heritage, National Indigenous. We celebrate Indigenous culture,
Correct.
and as we are going into Thanksgiving week, we are gonna highlight the Wampanoag, which was the indigenous tribe that was indigenous to the Americas when the boats came over in 1492. I think it's
Hey,
Wampanoag. Um,
girl, say it again, cause I'm probably gonna need your help. Uh,
hold on. Hold on. Yes. Wampanoag. So if anyone, like if we, sorry, I'm scrolling through this really quickly just to make sure I got it right. Yes, Wampanoag. So if anyone is, I forgot what I was
Wampanoag
going to say.
people.
Wampanoag. Okay.
Okay,
Um, but
I think
there's. Oh, sorry.
I'm so sorry. No, that's me. I was gonna say, hey, let me read that. It's good and big, and I can see it. But
Okay.
go ahead, carry on.
Do you want me to take this one and then do you want me to take this because it's a little bit smaller?
Okay, that
Yeah.
worked.
And then you do the other
Thank you.
ones. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have to strain.
Okay. So if you guys, Thanksgiving is a tradition that, and we'll try to power through this really quickly, but we want to make sure that we are highlighting the indigenous to the US because it's so important and part of our history because for without them, this would not exist. So we have to honor it and recognize it. Um, and what better way to do that as we go into Thanksgiving, because that's where what we now call Thanksgiving was first, I don't want to use the word celebrated, but first experience. Um, and this here is not a way of saying, hey, what we're doing is wrong. If you choose to celebrate Thanksgiving, you choose to celebrate Thanksgiving. But the flip side of that is there is the flip side of it is that not everyone celebrates Thanksgiving. Even I have second guessed that tradition. And we have recently decided to just celebrate it differently within our house. Not saying that we wouldn't like partake in it when we go to someone else's house, or but like we just do it differently for our house specifically. But there are other ways to see this, because while we might see it as a celebration, other people may not, because of what was lost in this transition. So I'm gonna go ahead, run through it. Any negative
Oh,
comments? Whatever.
but wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't know about negative comments, but I know you said you're gonna be doing things a little bit differently in your household. Does that mean no making pasteles?
No, because that's a lot of work
Because
for one person.
that was so fun and it was so good. I just want to throw that out there. I had fun doing that with
Well,
with y'all,
no, because
with
it's
everybody.
it's perfect. No, it is a holiday tradition in Puerto Rican culture, Latino culture, but like in enveloping pasteles and stuff like that with into the Thanksgiving holidays. But it's a lot of work. If anyone didn't know, Barbara, if you're watching, it is. She knows it is a lot of work and a lot for one person to do on their own. So that will not be part of it. But as far as like making the turkey, doing all those things, and no, we ain't doing that. Um, because and that's we have our own personal reasons. It's not this specifically, but we do have to remember that while we celebrate it one way, the other side is they don't celebrate it in the way we would. In fact, it's actually considered a time of mourning for what was lost. So a little bit of history lesson. Let's see. The first Thanksgiving is often portrayed as a friendly harvest celebration where pilgrims and generic nameless Indians came together to eat and give thanks. This story is a myth that was sparked in the mid 1800s when English accounts of the 1621 harvest event resurfaced and fueled the American imagination. Romanticized paintings and stereotypical images of pilgrims and Indians celebrating the first Thanksgiving became part of the national nostalgia and manifest destiny sentiment as the United States pushed west. Sarah Josepha, I would say that Josefa, but I'm sure that's not how she said it. Sarah Josepha Hale, an influential editor of a magazine called Godey's Ladies Book, led a campaign for a national Thanksgiving holiday, and the first Thanksgiving myth played into her agenda. In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln declared a national Thanksgiving in November to celebrate gratitude and unity amidst the turmoil of the Civil War. In the decades that followed, the first Thanksgiving myth and the national holiday evolved into a foundational national story reinforced by memorials, holiday marketing. Let's go ahead and make people spend some money, literature, and school curriculums. I'm going through it
Ah,
fast so we can get to
so you mean this is like Santa Claus?
and Valentine's Day.
And va-
Spend
ah,
some more money.
girl, I love
um,
that you put this here so I can see so clear. I appreciate you. You had me in mind when you was like,
I was like, oh, I need something bigger
girl,
because I
girl,
know
hey,
what we working with here.
be like this. Look, even with the reading glasses, looking retarded. But anyway, um, say because I want to be as respectful as possible. Can you please say their name one more time? Womp. How do you say it?
I think it's pronounced Wampanoag. Wampanoag.
Wampanoag.
Mhm,
Wampanoag.
I
Okay.
believe so.
For the Wampanoag people, Thanksgiving is a complex history not a celebration. While the Wampanoag participated in a 1621 harvest feast with the Pilgrims, this event is now a symbol for many Native Americans of the beginning of colonization, genocide, and the loss of their land. Girl, I read that so slow, but it took me a minute because I was sick. Oh,
Had to sit with it. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, many Wampanoag observed the day as a national day of mourning, and they have their own traditions of giving thanks throughout the year, such as the annual cranberry Thanksgiving and daily moments of gratitude. I like that, right? Daily moments of gratitude.
Same.
I
Same.
like that.
Um,
I like that.
do we really need a day of Thanksgiving? Like I think that you feel the same. Like every day there's something to be thankful for, and I practice that. Like,
That's
and I'll
amazing.
say it like I'll say it in my brain, but like, do we need a holiday? Oh, food for thought.
I agree.
Yeah.
Again, it kind of leads back to that first paragraph that I didn't read because it was like this to me, to everybody else. Like, yo, my bro be making fun of me all the time because he's like, how much bigger do you need the text on your? But it is what it is. Okay. Um, it's money making,
Yeah.
and I feel like it is. I feel like all of those holidays are
And for a second when I read that, now we have to remember you have to take everything that you read with a grain of salt. When you consider that the push for this holiday was created during the time of the Civil War, and it almost seems like it was a push for morale more so than actual celebrating this the first harvest. So was it more about morale for the American people, or what was going to be the American people, or United States citizens? Sorry, trying to be PC about stuff because Americans could be Canadians. Just saying.
true.
um, but what was the real intention here?
I
Um,
am gonna read this, but what I'm doing is getting the uh pronunciations. You know how sometimes Google will give you the pronunciations of certain things because I don't want to. I'm sorry. Do you hear my kid back there?
I heard something. Um, I don't know what that other one is. Wait, you're Ki Panume? Massasoit. Oh, led by Massasoit. Y'all, I'm gonna go. Do you want me to do this when you do the next one? No, you're muted.
Okay, so it's may. I was hoping that it would do the pronunciation, but clearly it's not gonna do it. But he is the right, the leader. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go through it and correct me. Um, and I can't blame it on my site because this is definitely big enough for me to see. Okay, so Wampanoag, the Wampanoag perspective on the first Thanksgiving, a harvest feast. The 1921 event was not called Thanksgiving by the Wampanoag, but a harvest celebration called Kiampamunik. Ki girl.
We try.
Kipanumic,
I mean, I
Kipanumic,
keep that's a
Kipanuic, Kipanumic. That. I'm so sorry. No disrespect, okay? I can hardly get English right. So anyway, a survival tactic, a survival tactic. The Wampanoag led by Massaciot, 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 I hope, agreed to girl, I'm gonna take it. Yeah. Agreed to the feast to form an alliance with the pilgrims against a common enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
it would seem so.
Okay. A short lived peace. The alliance was followed by a period of disease, violence, and land theft that led to the death of 90 of the Wampanoag population.
90%. Wow, that's a lot.
90%. I'm so sorry. Did
Yeah.
I miss the percent part?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I was still looking at that large number
Yeah.
of
Wow.
loss. Whoa. I had let
Sobering. Jeez. We just had a day of sobering topics.
girl. I almost said something because I'm used to being able to say stuff when we're recording, and then you'd be like, "I'm gonna edit that out," right?
Yeah.
And I promise to God, it almost came out, and I was like,
Going live is a totally different beast because you gotta curtail some things.
"Girl,
For some
I'm
context.
I'm gonna put it in the messenger
Okay.
that
for
only me and you can see."
for some context, you guys, we were recording earlier today, and not that it was chock full of bad news, but it was just kind of very sobering things about what you think you know versus what you really don't know, and that's in an episode coming soon. And it's going to be part 3 of, y'all just better be watching because we're not going to give away all the details. um,
Girl, this right here, it kind of made me angry, and it almost came out.
mm.
So I'll message it to you. It's like,
Still waiting.
when? When is that now? Because when was it ever? And are we ever gonna get around to that? Because
Still waiting. Is it that time yet?
girl, I almost literally said that. I'm so, oh my God, Janine, don't do that. Don't do that.
If you guys know us, you'll know exactly what it is. You'll catch the nuances of what we're saying and know what the heck it is that we're saying right now. But we try to keep it respectful because there's just certain topics we just don't touch. Like we sometimes got to dance around it or like we edge on it, but we don't dive into it for a reason.
Right,
Um,
right.
do you want to take it on in
Tick,
before
tick,
we watch the
tick,
dance?
tick. Oh, okay, okay. The Wampanoag Thanksgiving traditions, National Day of Mourning. For the last 50 years, many Wampanoags have marked the modern Thanksgiving holiday as a national day of mourning to remember their history and suffering. Annual celebration. The Wampanoag have their own ongoing traditions of giving thanks, including a cranberry Thanksgiving in October. I might need to be an attendance to that. I love me some cranberry, honey.
Right?
I'm sorry. That was so off topic.
Same.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm always thinking about food. Um, Daily gratitude. Now I'm really like I'm almost on board with adopting that, right? I think kind of we do when we
yeah.
don't want to get into religion, but I feel like when you're praying, I would hope somewhere in there
Oh, yeah.
it's that
Like,
gratitude. But
yeah. Like, I don't know. Everyone does it differently, but I take
right,
a daily moment to be like, what am I grateful for? And
right.
yeah. Because if you things aren't don't always go as smoothly as planned or how you expect it, so like it's a good way of balancing out you know the the hurdles that come your way by focusing on what can you be grateful for. But here is a short
Sorry.
dance. No, it's okay.
Did you want me to read that last one, the daily
Oh,
gratitude? I'm so
oh,
sorry, sis.
you know what? That was kind of an
It,
in-depth one too, because I think it
it.
was
I'm
mentioned
so sorry.
here, right?
We did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Somewhere it was kind
It
of
was mentioned the first, I think that very first large one.
okay. Shit. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. I'm on the struggle bus. But here is a short video of showing an example of what a Wampanoag traditional dance would be. So here we go. I don't hear any audio. Do you?
I do not.
Oh fudge.
I feel like I'm missing out here.
Let me go get the real one. When I tell y'all I'm on the struggle bus, like this is not a joke. Hang on. I shall find it.
I mean, while you're doing that, we can kind of talk about some of the other dances that we have seen and how close and similar you can see almost in, I don't want to say a melting pot. That's not what I'm looking for because I'm not taking anything from, but you can see the similarities in the cultures, like even in the African
Mm,
um dances and music, and then the Latin dances and music. You can see the similarities, or is it just me?
no, it's not
'Cause
just
I
you.
feel
Like
like
I,
I
it's the same. I have seen it too. Um, sorry, I'm just trying to multitask. Okay, so,
no, no, no,
no.
go ahead, go ahead.
Um, okay, I think it's will work. Hold on, y'all. There we go. Okay, now I got it. Hold on. So that's an example of what a Wampanoag dance, traditional dance, would have looked like and would look like today. So thank you to all of our indigenous cultures who were the start to what we are now.
Absolutely.
Um, but now for the real topic. Are you ready? Because I ain't.
Now we're really going to talk about pissed off.
Now we're gonna get to nitty gritty. Yes. Now I'm gonna get to the nitty gritty. Um, but there has been within the last week or so, there's been a few stories that have gone viral. That not just like TikTok viral. It's made major news viral for the lack of care of Black women in labor in the medical field. And one story out of Indiana, one story out of Texas, and this was within the last 2 weeks. And it's kind of, you want to think it's shocking, but to a degree, like, are we kind of surprised considering that, hospitals are losing funding? There's a lot of, there's a lot of, I don't want to say propaganda that's being touted that can affect like individual people that actually ultimately leads to poor care in the medical field. It's obviously ignorant, but how do we combat that? So if you guys have heard of any of these stories, drop it in the chat. Let us know what your thoughts are. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and we'll start with the young woman who gave birth on the side of the road because she was 3 millimeters dilated, and they sent her on her way. And 8 minutes later, she's giving birth in a car with 911 on the phone, who actually ends up having to direct her to a different hospital. How does this happen? How does something like this happen? Um, so her name is Mercedes Wells, and thank God. Now, thank God, and she was, that's not obviously her regular OBGYN. She was just there visiting and happened to go in labor. And because she was only three millimeter centimeters, they let her go. And apparently, there is video footage that shows where you can clearly see that she's in pain, and instead of providing medical care, they're wheeling her out, saying, "Off you go," which is,
Crazy.
it's shocking because I'm not a medical professional, but I do know anyone in that field, if you're working with patients, you take an oath, one to do no harm, right? Take an oath to do no harm, and
Um, I'm just gonna be, we just have to be honest. I think part of the solution is being able to be upfront and just be honest about really the reality of the situation. And I feel like the reality of the situation is that it has always been a difference in care when it comes to the haves and have nots. Let's take race out of the equation.
mhm,
So there's already a disadvantage. There's some things that the haves are able to get done that the have-nots
mhm,
are unable to have done or be provided with because of cost.
mhm,
Now, I hate to even bring up the thing of cost, especially right now
mhm,
with everything that's going on, right? But so as a woman of color that has experienced uh certain things or certain comments or certain situations where I was like, do you do all your patients like this or is it me?
mhm. Same. Yep.
So, um, here goes another example of the unveiling. Now, because of the internet, because of everybody can see it.
Mm.
When what happened to me, social media was not the big thing, right? And I don't even think at the time I had enough sense to pull out a phone. I don't even think phones was like that.
Mm-mm.
How old, shows how old I am, right? But it is what it is. Um, but now everybody can see. Hey, it's not us saying these things are happening. These things are happening, and here goes the proof. And I hate when people try to minimize stuff. Oh, that was one or two incidents. No, honey, it's long before now. Long before now. And the way things look, it'll be long after. And maybe that's me having a very dim. I'm
And it's not. I can definitely. I've had scenarios in healthcare where I've had the same too. It's kind of like where your concerns are not heard, um, like your questions aren't fully addressed. Like you have to walk in with a whole list to prove. Like I can't just walk in and say, "Hey, look, I'm having a problem with dot dot dot." Like I gotta walk in and be like, "Look, I've been taking note of what's happening and dot dot dot." And I have had like an instance during my journey to motherhood that left, like after I got better care, when I look back on it, I'm like, y'all could have done something better here. You just let me kind of, I would say so.
mm.
You
No, I
let me.
think suffer. No, no, no. I think suffer is a good. Not trying. I think suffer is a good word, and the reason why I say suffer because we're not just talking about like um the physical anguish. We're talking about the mental anguish. If you're talking about the situation that I think you're referring to, because that can really be play a emotional.
Well, no, that's not.
No.
No. So it's twofold,
Okay.
right? Because there was two things
Okay.
that when I look back on it, I'm like, one, you could have done better, but I think
Okay.
the physician was a male.
Okay.
I think that was part of it. And like
Okay.
I have
So
always
sorry.
said, like I prefer an older doctor because they're easy, they can catch things faster, right? Because
Okay.
that's
Okay.
how I was able, something was found with me, right? But this doctor, he was
Mhm.
older, he was a guy, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the organization was like a religious hospital.
Okay.
So the care they would have provided for this thing, or the options they would have given me for this thing, was very different than the options and care that I was given for the same instance at another time. And I'm gonna kind of leave it at that.
Okay.
But it's a very striking thing to not realize it. This is the part you don't always realize that it's happening until you get better care. So, ladies, young
Yeah,
ladies,
that's true. That's very true. That's very true.
you don't
Absolutely.
know what you don't know until you know it. And then it's sad that this is
Yeah.
what impacts our community. You know, if a guy walks into a hospital, or a doctor's office, he's like, "Hey, look, I'm having X, Y, Z." They're like, "Okay, let me treat you with dot dot dot." But for a woman, you have to almost prove that.
You know what you're talking about? That you're feeling
uh,
what you're feeling?
yes,
That yes,
yes, absolutely.
I agree. I
Um,
agree.
and clearly, that was the case with this other woman here who was in active labor, and they're sitting here trying to make her fucking fill out paperwork.
Girl, ain't that something? Girl.
Um, let's see. Ooh, make sure.
I'm
What I
so
say was, y'all.
I almost said something.
I
Almost.
I meant it. Okay. And like you said, the only reason why these stories are being brought to the forefront is because of social media. Like this woman here, she said, Miss Kashina, sorry, this is really tiny. I can't even see it. Manuel said, this is her experience, which she pulls out her phone after having a crappy experience already. Like they wouldn't even pull her back. They had this woman waiting out in the waiting room before they even took her in for checking. So while this woman is in active labor, you got to fill out this paperwork, which is not procedure. It's not the proper procedure when it comes to a woman who walks into the hospital claiming to be in labor. Had they just brought her up to labor and delivery like they were supposed to, she wouldn't have given birth 8 minutes later. And okay, let me just pull it up here.
Girl, go ahead.
Let me
'Cause
just pull it up.
I felt some type of way too. I don't know if you've seen the video. Um, I don't know if this is the same young lady that I saw the video of her sitting,
Mhm.
um, and the the nurse was talking about paperwork. This is the same young lady?
Yes. But that
Disgusting.
when we saw it
Disgusting.
initially, it was on TikTok, right? So TikTok.
Yes.
Say what say. Y'all can say whatever the heck you want to say about how we're getting our news these days. And TikTok doesn't always get it right, but TikTok sure does get it first when it's right.
It's so true. Or even when it's wrong, they still get it first. Remember?
Like
I'm
what
so
was it?
sorry.
Carly Russell? Totally
Yes,
wrong.
that's exactly what I was thinking about. I was like, man,
Totally
sis,
wrong.
I'm so happy you was like,
Wait a
no,
minute.
let's wait. Let's just wait a minute. And I'm like, no, she's missing. We need to
I'm
talk
telling you,
about it.
my gut was like,
So
wait a minute, we need to slow down because something don't feel right, and
and
something wasn't
and then we
right.
had something to talk about, but it wasn't what we thought we were gonna be talking about, right?
That part.
What?
um, but
Okay.
the breakdown is these three things. So Kashina Manuel, she posted this video of her daughter, and that's the one you're talking about,
Yes.
Kiara Manuel, who was allegedly refused medical treatment while in active labor. The video documented Kashina speaking with the nurse. It was one nurse that we saw in the video, who kept insisting that the pregnant woman should fill out paperwork before she received care. And this is her sharing
Yes.
it was about my daughter, her pain. And it ultimately, like, if you kind of, this is a People article, once it makes national news, then you kind of get the sense like, okay, this is not BS. It's not just a TikTok fake drama like the Carly Russell situation. But when she finally was brought back to labor and delivery, the baby was past crowning and was had made its appearance. He was birthing. And if you kind of look at it here, the nurses were saying, or I guess they were trying to tell her to do not move because this baby was coming out. And had she moved one wrong way, this would be a completely different story. But we got to get paperwork in.
Because that's what's so important. The paperwork.
Note the sarcasm.
Of course. Absolutely. I mean, we have to get our priorities together.
I mean, name, get to like, does any of that matter when it comes to, let's be serious, does any of that shit really matter when it comes to life or death? I do believe both of these scenarios are the same, life and death, life or death. So like, had she went and like ended up having to push this baby out in the seat of the chair that she was sitting in because this dummy was talking about, oh, we gotta fill your paperwork and asking her all these fucking questions, which she was obviously in pain. Like it,
It's true. I um I don't even I can't even pretend to know or even want to know or get a clear understanding of what she was thinking. Like, let's again, you as a woman, you just as a human being could sit there and watch someone in agonizing pain
Hmm.
and hand them paperwork, want them to fill out paperwork. Uh,
I sit here and I say to myself, like, if those roles were reversed and it hadn't been that nurse sitting in that chair saying, I'm in active labor, and like had that nurse been the one in labor, what would you expect? And what you would expect for yourself is what you give to somebody else. That is a, like, it's not even a medical field mindset. It is just a life mindset. If you
it
know you
is.
want someone to get your thoughts addressed, then you sit there and you treat other people accordingly. It doesn't matter what field you're in, whether you're a nurse, but it's even more important if you are in the medical community to take people's pain seriously. I understand, like, there's people out there who are performative and they can be performative when they come to pain. But let me tell you something. Don't let you sit here thinking that someone's being performative and you be wrong, and then you got a lawsuit on your hands, which now you do.
Uh, Not even the lawsuit. And I know what you was referring to. You know what? I think in school now. Don't quote me on this, but what is it? The golden rule: treat somebody like you would want to be treated. I
For
mean, wasn't
example,
we? What? Even before we get into the medical field, even before we even get to there, that's like elementary.
yeah.
Like, so I sat there and watched the portion of the video. I don't even know if you can find the video anymore, but I sat there and watched a portion of the video, and clearly she was in agonizing pain. And this chick is sitting there like she's like she kind of reminded me just a little bit, and maybe it's just how I feel about it because I was angry. You know how you go into places and those secretaries are sitting there doing absolutely nothing, filing their nails,
And they're completely ignoring you. Yeah.
and what are you doing?
Don't let me stand here looking at you while you ignore
Oh
me.
no, don't worry about it. Continue, file your nails by all means. No, I need nothing. That's kind of what it kind of reminded me of her, even her demeanor, her absolute like she didn't have a care in the world.
Yeah.
She was so calm and reserved and talking about this paperwork.
Yeah.
And this lady is darn near about to be out of the chair in pain on the floor in pain.
Yeah.
And you talking about some paperwork. Well, we're going to have some paperwork, but not the kind
You were hoping for a pink
that you
slip,
were talking about.
baby. Because according to
Hey,
the TikTok rumor mill, she's no longer employed there.
oh,
I
surprise, surprise.
love that
Now
for her.
you can really go and file some nails.
I
I mean, not
mean,
that she was filing nails. That was the only comparison that I could, say, oh, you know what this reminds me of? And she's popping her gum like I do when I'm highly stressed. Yeah.
not a care in the world.
Not a
Who cares during active labor? What's your
oh,
insurance? Do you have your insurance card? You got your
you got
ID?
this ID? Man. And I hate I literally and I mean this wholeheartedly. Some things are well deserved. I hate for anybody to lose their stability, but I think that was well deserved. F. She is no longer employed, and not just because of this. I'm a strong believer, and I could be wrong, but I'm a strong believer that we've been here before.
She probably has. Just no one has told
And
her about a phone.
and uh and it couldn't be recorded, or it wasn't recorded, or something that you tapped on earlier, which was so important. Sometimes you just don't know, you know. You don't know, you just don't know. Okay. And so it would not surprise me if she has done this before. And I think it's really disgusting. But you've gotten away with it. And that's the only thing that I could think of that would make her that damn comfortable.
Absolutely. Because she got away with it before. No one said anything.
Like
Absolutely.
very girl, I'm about to get the cousin. Like very damn comfortable doing somebody like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
it's so fucking disrespect. Oh, excuse me. I said it, didn't I? I'm sorry.
I
I'm
agree.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, I mean, it
I'm
is
sorry.
fucking
It just
disrespectful.
pisses me off.
I'll
It's
say
fucking
it.
it made me so angry. I'm like, how can you sit there and watch someone like that?
And she know damn well if that was her sitting in that chair, she would have been like, "Oh, I'm expecting better of you."
And
Sorry,
uh,
I'm gonna put my petty
I
away.
just
This is actually quite serious because you hear these, you hear about the statistics when it comes to maternal,
deaths and loss,
when it comes,
unalives.
yes.
I'm so sorry. Sorry.
So, and there's statistics that prove this, that the outcomes are not the same for Black women. So
Mhm.
there are statistics. So for anyone who will sit there and be like, "Oh, it's bullshit," you just don't want to acknowledge because you haven't experienced it. But just because you haven't experienced it doesn't make it true. And if the statistics are telling you that there is a difference in outcomes,
Mhm.
ding, ding, ding.
I could have sworn, and maybe we never actually did it. But don't we have an episode about
No,
um
it's
in
about the woman who had a miscarriage, and they decided to charge her. And it's like, this
no, no,
isn't
no,
a
no, no, no,
crime.
no.
That one, no.
No, 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 not that one. It was actually about those same statistics that you were speaking of, about the about how minorities, they were really trying to understand how come the I want to use the right word, the mortality rate
Hmm.
for women of color when it comes to childbirth
Hmm.
was so much higher. And you know what? It leads me to believe stuff like this right here.
Oh,
That's why.
sure, for
That's why.
sure.
This is why we just witnessed why these things happen
Hmm.
to women of color more than
Hmm.
um any other ethnicity, is because this is how they are being treated. And if this is how they're being treated, this is a good indicator of why these things
And
are happening.
for some context, this is not just like, it's one in Indiana and then one in Texas. That's two
Right.
different states. So, we've got 50 states. You've got two women from two different sides of this country saying the same exact experience. So the data is there, whether you
Correct.
choose to believe it or not. But like Janine said, here's the proof right in front of, like, ding, ding, ding. You can't act like, pretend like these things don't exist, especially when there's data behind it.
Right.
And these are just the two women who happen to go like viral within the same week. So this is just 1 week in time. How many other times has this happened at those two hospitals?
Or others. Or others. I'm telling you from experience. I'm in a whole nother state, and
Yeah.
I've seen the difference in treatment. So I'm pretty sure it's a whole lot more than they're trying to. I feel like sometimes when they don't want to face the issue or when they're confronted with certain issues, sometimes they will try to minimize it. Oh, that's only two incidences,
Yep.
right?
Not.
Or they'll try, and it makes me even more angry because I'm like, hey, don't take, I wouldn't care if it was fucking one. Excuse me, Lord. I said I was gonna try not to cuss on here, right? Because I don't want to get dinged. But I wouldn't care if it was one. One is too many. One is one too many.
Well, I
This should
think
not happen.
that's part of it. Like, this is just two of them. And it's kind of like, well, this is just two and two separate things. There's a whole lot more that people haven't voiced. Maybe they kept it private, whatever. So it's happening more than you think. Just because you don't see it on TikTok, just because it doesn't make people or CBS, doesn't mean it's not happening. Because some people will choose to keep that shit private. Excuse my language.
It's true. Some people are embarrassed even about the incident or feel like, excuse.
Or even not know. Like putting, or like the shame of your body not performing how you think it's supposed to perform. There's something to that. So people don't necessarily talk about that.
Or they may not feel like you ever heard somebody say something to you and you're like, oh, maybe they're right.
Mm,
So uh, okay, what I mean by that is some people, depending on where they are in life, not only may they not realize it, but they may feel like it's warranted. Does that make sense? Like, for example, let me tell you what I'm saying. So this is what I want you to think about. Remember how we were saying it's probably more likely that lady probably did that on more than one occasion. Imagine a really young girl pregnant as a teen,
mhm,
and they're being talked to like this. They're probably internalizing that, like, I'm feeling like I'm trash. So it's probably fully acceptable for this person to talk to me this way because of their level of self-esteem, because of their situation. And that's
mhm,
what I meant by that when I say some people or someone could feel deserving of such treatment. Or even abused women, for example, they're so used to the disrespect. They're so used to being um what is the word that I'm looking for?
belittled maybe.
They're belittled. That's it. They're used to being belittled. Thank you, because I couldn't come up with it, but that's exactly the word. Perfect, fitting. Um, they're so used to being belittled to that they feel like this nurse or this whoever doctor, whoever it is that's in this role. Oh well, he says that, so it's probably right. Or
That's
I'm
true.
feeling this way,
Yeah.
so it's probably right. And it really gets under my skin. And I'm happy that it's visible for everyone to see, but my heart aches for the ones before that
Mhm.
no one saw, that no one defended,
Yeah.
the ones that dealt with that on their own or in silence. It's just, yo,
Yeah.
why?
Trash. It's trash.
Why? Fuck,
Yeah.
period. Like garbage, absolutely. And again, and I mean that this is not the time for anybody to be unemployed or looking for work, but honey, you're in the wrong field. If you can sit there,
Yeah.
you're in the wrong place. This is not the environment for you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You
And
need to
there's
be you need to be somewhere else. Go find
like
another job, but this not this.
she needs to be a phone nurse because you can be
Girl,
telephone
she'll be
triage.
filing your nails.
How can I help you?
How can I help you? How can I direct your call?
Like, are you seriously in pain or are you fucking with me right now? That's how she would
Yeah.
be.
Okay. Let me me set you an appointment.
Jeez. Well, you can go to the emergency room, but maybe not because I think you're lying. Like that would be her on the phones,
On a scale from 1 to 10, a 10, also more like a 5. Okay,
right? That
got
would be her
it.
phone career. Oh man, not to make light of it, but she needs to be not in front
I'm
of people.
sorry. Somewhere
Or
else.
maybe not in the emergency room because that is a little bit more high. I don't know. It don't even matter. But I
I
don't
don't
think
think
she
she
would
needs to.
treat everyone like that, and that's the problem.
Absolutely. And if you cannot treat everybody with the respect, the dignity, and the sense of urgency,
Yeah,
then you're in the wrong field.
yeah. And I think that
Taking care of people. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, it's okay. I think
I'm so sorry.
the grandmother was saying how that the baby's eyes was born with their eyes open, which possibly meant I think there was some meconium in something. Like I don't remember everything that she had specified. Um, Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find it. And then try to pull it up here. Or it might have been in a video. Okay, maybe I'm mixing up my stories. I could be mixing up, but I could have sworn I saw in the video that she had said that, expressed that somewhere in one of the videos that she made about it, because they had to do further testing because there was meconium. If you don't know, that just basically means that the baby passed the stool, which is not normal during childbirth, and they just have to make sure everything's okay. Um, but it's just not okay. Like everyone should be treated with the same level of care. It doesn't matter where you've come from, whether you can afford to pay or not. Your job in healthcare is that, but it clearly not everyone's getting the same care.
Clearly. Um,
And it's like,
I hope
even
she's at
girl,
home.
if she was having a bad day, you should have stayed your ass home. Just
And
saying.
what about the young lady? Let's think about this for a second too. What about the lady that you're 3 centimeters and they send you home?
Hmm.
Now, let's be clear. Being a woman that has had children, okay? So you can be 3 centimeters and go home. Facts. It's true. But I wasn't in any pain.
Hmm.
I was 3 centimeters, wasn't in any type of pain. That's the kind of person that you send home, right? Because it's not active labor. You know what's about to happen, but you're not in any pain. I was in no pain, none whatsoever. I was just okie dokie. What? I'm what? 3 centimeters? Really? Okay. And they was like, "Oh, you'll probably be back soon," and they were right. They were right. Um, but that's beside the point.
See you about in a day. Okay.
Oh yeah, honey, you'll be back. um, but that's different from someone that is showing signs that they are in pain, that they are uncomfortable and 3 centimeters. Uncomfortable in 3 centimeters and 3 centimeters and okie dokie is two different things. And I think that's how come
um, if you know what's funny, I'll tell you this. Like when I went into labor and we find like it was like, okay, you're 5 minutes apart, go to the hospital. I was only like 3 centimeters. My water hadn't even broken yet. And they were like, well, come on up. This baby's coming today or soon. They were like, let's check you in. You want some pain medicine? Okay. But I was three
was you in
centimeters.
pain? Was
I
you in
was.
pain?
I was. And they
That's
took me right. They were like, okay.
correct. That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Like, yes, baby's coming. And my situation was I was like, Psh, I'm good. I didn't even know I was dilated. Like I went for a regular checkup. They're like, oh yeah, you're 3 centimeters.
I tell you a
Really?
funny story.
Okay.
New
Go
moms out
figure.
there. I'll tell you the funny story. Well, I won't do it here, but I do have a funny story if
Okay.
you guys ever want to hear it. about when you go into labor not knowing what it's supposed to sound like or feel like.
Girl, I told all kinds of stuff. I promise you. My oldest kid, yo, my mama, God rest her soul, my foster mother, God
Mhm.
rest her soul. She's like, yeah, you just feel like you got to take the worst poop of your life. And I was like, I have never in my life had a
I've
poop
actually
that hurt like this.
I have seen someone who went into labor and they were like, "Oh, I gotta take a poop," and it wasn't a poo; it was the
No,
baby
honey, there
decided.
ain't no poop. That's
I've been
that
a witness to
baby.
that. The nurses were like, "Rookie, this ain't no poop."
Right? Like, girl, you don't know better? No, I
Okay.
don't.
Like I have seen that in action. I'm like, ew, that's gross. You're gonna take a poop. The nurse is like,
I just,
uh.
yeah, but I don't think that felt like I don't think that's not how I would describe it. I mean, to each his own. I would not describe it in that way. Um, I just the fact that she was in pain and sent her home. When I initially heard she was 3 centimeters and sent home, in my mind, I thought nothing of it. Really, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that could have happened. I could see that, right? Because they even told me when they sent me home, like, oh yeah, you'll be back. I mean, right back, I guess, in her case. But then when I found out that she was actually in pain, like actually, I listen. I'm in labor. I'm hurting. That was when I was like, yo, that's kind of that's where I'm like, wait, what? You sent her away?
I did think the same thing. I was like, 3 minutes, 3 centimeters, is not even a lot. But that's the defining difference. It's pain or no
Yeah.
pain.
Oh,
um,
so you
I
was in
thought it was just
pain in three
me.
centimeters.
I was like, that's not three
No,
centimeters.
no, it was me. I thought it too. I was like, 3 centimeters. What's the big deal? I'm
But
sorry,
that is the
but
defining difference is pain or no pain.
that's a
I
big
mean,
deal.
I just can't imagine. And I wonder, I don't know. I wonder, with hospitals being more at risk for like certain kind of care that they can't, like, because the woman in Indiana, like, that's not her, wasn't her regular doctor. Like, she was just there visiting and just happened to go into labor early. Like, fancy that. So I wonder if hospitals now more than ever are more hesitant to provide prenatal care for a patient who's not from their hospital or get receiving active care from a physician within their hospital. I question, it was one of the things that I questioned because I don't know what made me question it.
Because that's a real thing, because that's a legit thing. They will try to find out who your doctor is because that's who they want you to be able to see. Sometimes they'll actually be hoping that you can wait and hold out until you can get to your actual
Doctor.
doctor.
Mhm.
But not when it's that risky. Like what's
I
more
know,
important here?
I
You
know,
know?
but
Um and some of it I think is straight careless. No, no, not some of it. I feel like both of these situations was straight careless.
mhm, yeah,
So she's 3 centimeters in pain, showing signs she's in pain, said she's in pain, but we're gonna send her home.
yeah, and
And then this woman, I'm so sorry,
no,
and
it's
then
okay.
this one, she's in pain, darn near about to be out the chair, but she need to get this paperwork done.
Yeah, I think
It's
the
crazy.
only what I not acknowledge, I was like, well, I guess that's the right thing to say. The hospital in Indiana, they were like, listen, clearly there's disparities in healthcare. They weren't even like trying to sugarcoat the fact that, hey, look, we know. They were like, we
Respectable.
know we
Okay.
know errors
Okay.
errors happen here, and
Okay.
there are disparities in healthcare. We are going to do our best to address it because we are a Christian organization and we believe in providing care for all equally. But the fact that they just went ahead and was like, look, what can we say?
Accountability.
Clearly, there
Okay.
is a disparity. That
Okay.
part is admirable. I don't know what word I'm looking for. I was like, it's commendable because it shouldn't have happened in the
Right.
first place, but it's commendable saying like, hey, listen. And that was, I think, the one in Indiana. They were like, look,
We know we be messing up sometimes.
here it is, which is rare. Like, it's so rare for someone to be like, ah, shit, I fucked up. That's basically what they said in
In a
a
real
nicer
polite,
voice. I'm,
more
I'm giving
um
layman terms, okay?
political answer response. Got it.
But the Texas one, they're like, well, we have to investigate, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-mm. Oh, well, guess what? Why are you investigating? Everybody is watching.
Oh, I can't imagine, like, I can't imagine that there will be a lawsuit that doesn't stem from both of these. But
I
with
agree.
the Indiana one, because they acknowledged that there was a problem, I don't know, but they might be willing to be like, look, if they were to sue
Let
them, let me just
look
cut a check. How much you want?
here. How much? And you
What?
want a college fund? Okay. And you want a hallway named after your? Okay. Okay. Yes. Done.
A bench in your mama's honor? Like
No
all those things.
problem. Okay. Yep. Anything else? Okay. All right. Um, that's how I would address it. And to be perfectly honest, I agree with you. I feel like the fact that they took accountability and didn't sugarcoat it and was very upfront and honest, like this ain't nothing new.
Yeah,
And I think that's pretty much exactly like you said. Yeah, we messed up and it ain't nothing new. This has been ongoing, right? Because they said in healthcare.
yeah,
So it's not just us, you know, and I think that's where a solution is really going to happen when accountability is taken, acknowledging that there is something here that needs to be addressed. And that's the only way we're ever going to come to a conclusion. And even then, I don't know because at the end of the day, justice, medical, it's all people. It's through eyes of people and
hmm
experiences and culture and how they were raised and how you were raised and just normal human differences. But to just have a lack of compassion,
yeah,
like come
yeah.
on. Like I don't have to like you at all. I don't have to agree with you,
Yeah.
but to sit there
Just be
and to be
professional.
okay and be okay with it. Yo,
Be professional. This is your job, and if you can't be, then you're in the wrong field. There's just probably another path for you.
that part.
As
That.
gently as I can say it. As gentle as I can say it. Like,
Thank you for saying it gently cuz I was in here cussing trying to contain myself. And I really do have a pretty good vocabulary, but it's just so it just get so angry, right? Like
absolutely. Like, don't, you
like
cannot.
that.
And the thing, like, if that were you sitting in there, how would you want to be treated? That's one thing. Um, but there's like this woman had like there was no kindness in her
That part.
demeanor. Like,
None.
even okay, if you can't be kind, be a fucking professional. But there was none of that. Like, she wasn't kind, she wasn't professional, and we don't really know what was some of the things that happened in the back end with the people, with the woman in Indiana, because they I don't remember reading anything about that specifically.
Mhm.
Um, but it's like when you're in this field, you should have a bedside manner of some sort. And in fact, I expect it more when it comes to the nurses than I do from the doctors. I have been, I don't want to say I've had better care from the nurses, but I feel like the nurses sometimes, I don't
Mhm.
know quite how to put it. I'm not saying that they're better qualified. I just find like they have a better bedside manner than some of the doctors. I have experienced that. um, but I expect more kindness from a nurse um, than what we saw with that woman there. Maybe she wasn't even a nurse. I wonder. Maybe she was just like, I don't know.
Receptionist?
No, she could have been a receptionist,
I'm
but
sorry. No, it's my bad.
a pencil pusher, not
Typing
taking like
info. Intake,
vitals.
intake,
There,
right? Right, that
maybe.
right.
Oh
Um,
man,
which is true. That's a possibility too. But either way, you're in the wrong place. In the wrong
absolutely.
place. Um, yeah. I hope that now that people are looking and seeing that they don't just oh, it's a hot topic for this week or it's a hot topic for this month. I hope that this actually brings on um enough attention to demand a change. I don't know if it will, but that's my hope. I'm hoping it just doesn't just go away, if that makes sense. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
absolutely. And in case anyone is doubting what we're referring to when we say the maternal health outcomes of Black women are 2.5 disproportionately high maternal health outcomes, including maternal mortality rate over 2.5 times higher than white women. Sorry, ladies, this is the facts. Um, this is the AI overview. And hey, maybe you can get it wrong, but it's pulling all this data from all of these articles out in the web and it's pulling this together. Um, and just right here alone, I don't know if you can see my mouse kind of circling the higher mortality rate. Black women are significantly more likely to die from pregnancy related causes.
And it's the do. It's the do. Like as you were talking and I was reading the do, it's just
So it's not, it's a well known fact. There's statistics obviously to prove it. We're not just saying it like pulling out of our ears just to say these things. Like
that part.
it's there. So we hope that this kind of can give you a different way of thinking. If you have ever said, "Oh, that can't be true," if these just two stories out of how many for women who have remained silent or who have been kept out of the public eye for the same thing, it is just two, but there is many, many more when you look at that statistic right there. So hopefully this will help people reconsider the mindset if they've ever doubted um, that our outcomes are not as successful as others. So we appreciate you.
And not just doubt it, but hopefully they'll do some soul searching as far as trying to repair. I mean, some stuff
Yeah,
can't be undone. Some stuff can't be undone, but um make it better for everyone going
yeah,
forward.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Agreed. Um, but we appreciate you. Sorry we didn't do it last week, but we expect to be back on our regular schedule. So look for us next Sunday with a brand new topic. Um, and as always, don't forget to check our regular episodes.
of course, of course. Are we gonna give them a little hints on what next week live is gonna be about? So maybe they'll be like, yeah, we're gonna or no.
Okay.
It's gonna
Here is, I gotta remember the full name because I don't know it for sure. I don't know it for full. Hang on. So here's the deal. We can't. What? What? Sorry.
Girl, I want to know. Did you see? I was like, what is it? What is it? What's that? Where is that?
This in
Where is
Concord.
that?
In Concord. Why does someone need a fire? I don't know. I Jesus. What? Oh gosh. Okay.
Is this just happening?
I don't know. They just no.
No.
This is yesterday. Where have I been? This must have been
Yesterday.
yesterday.
Girl, I be so gone. I don't
Oh,
know what be going
same.
on. Girl.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, I pulled it up and then it just hopped up there, and I'm like, I'm trying to find the story that we're going to talk about, and then, oh, jeez. Now that's that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
Um,
Okay. The Danish deception. The Danish deception.
girl, the bochinche.
That cheese bag. That bonchiche. But we gotta watch it, and it's quite a few parts. It's called The Danish Deception. So we're gonna find out all the tea, and our opinions are coming. But this whole thing is how many? It's like Risa Tisa. I don't know how many parts it is. We just need some time to be able to watch it. That's all.
Girl,
But
I can't wait. I swear. I think when we get off this live, I'm like, let me go to this week and start watching.
so he tells me that I need to get a I think it's how many parts is it, girl?
How many parts is it?
28.
Did you send it? Oh yeah, I have
No,
to start binge watching early.
yes.
You
So
didn't
it's
send it?
no. I was like, oh shit, I didn't send it. I'm sending it right now,
Okay, okay.
Paste it. Okay, done. Maybe not. Now it's done. Okay, I just sent it. 100 years later. Okay.
Okay.
And okay, there we go. So that is going to be next week's live. Stop. Oh my God. Sorry. I pressed the button and then it was like basically dictating whatever I was saying. And I was about to text it. Okay. So that'll be what we're going to talk about next week, but we do need some time to actually watch it. So you guys, if you're on TikTok, go watch The Danish Deception. Watch the actual thing. Don't look at everyone else's opinion because it's going to sway yours. So watch The Danish Deception, all 27 of them. And then get back with us next Sunday.
And weigh in. Please
Yes.
weigh in so we can all talk about it. But I want to say thank you because that is something that I think we should be mindful of is what you said, watch it fully and don't watch anybody else's opinion. Watch the whole thing and form your own opinion and then we're going to talk about it. And
Absolutely.
girl, I'm ready. I'm ready to go watch this thing like dead like yo.
Yes.
Feel like I'm doing an advertisement to somebody else's account, but I just can't help it. Like I'm ready. Go
Well,
watch it.
let me help direct you guys a little
Right?
bit better. So, The Danish Deception, and the TikToker's name is Onyeka Ehi. So here's her. You know what? I forgot we can use our own chat. We can do this ourselves. I always forget. At Onyekae.
Hello, and welcome to our series
CHIE.
we'll be calling The Danish
Okay.
Deception.
On TikTok.
She
Catch
is so
up.
gorgeous.
Isn't she?
Oh my gosh, girl.
The Danish. Hello.
Okay.
Girl, she is so gorgeous. She's stunning.
There it is in the chat. So that's her handle on TikTok. She's
Okay.
beautiful. That's her handle on TikTok. She has a
Absolutely.
whole playlist, 27. So it's probably about 10 minutes each. So get your popcorn, get your water, do all the things.
All the things.
All the things. And we're going to talk about it.
And then come and do all of the things with us when we talk about it live next Sunday.
There it is.
Thanks.
And if you hit us up early enough, maybe we'll invite you in to be a
And
guest.
girl, and then we can all talk about it live, especially if you got a good opinion on it,
That
right?
part. That part.
Or if do you know any of the participants in
Or
the
that.
story?
Or that. We are so here for it.
We are so here for it. We ain't even watched the whole thing yet.
No, no, we have
We here
not.
for it.
I'm like number
But I'm
3 or something
ready.
like that. Um, so y'all catch up. We try to make some of the lives a little bit more fun and the topics that we talk about, because sometimes our regular podcast episodes can be kind of serious. Today's live was a little bit more on the serious side because this is really an important issue for women of color. So take note of it. If you're in the health field,
That
take note of this so you can provide better care for women of color. So take note, do better. That's why this is important for
I
this
love you
month.
so much.
I
Girl, I
try.
love you.
I try. I'm a little bit
Girl, I love
cranky
you.
today. Y'all gonna have to bear with me. But outside of me
It's
being
okay.
cranky every now and then,
It's okay.
I'm a good egg.
You are very, very
I try.
much. I wouldn't trade you for
I
any
try.
other sister in the world. So
No, don't make
anyway,
your other sisters jealous now. All right, guys. Good night.
we do got a bunch of them, by the way, but I love each and every one of each and every one of y'all. But I couldn't ask for a better little sister. I love you. Um,
Thank you. Love you more.
wholeheartedly.
All right, y'all.
Even when you're cranky, I realize I get it.
Sometimes it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's like you
It
better
doesn't.
steer fucking clear.
It's like I'm just gonna be
Just steer
quiet
clear.
now.
Just
I'm
don't.
gonna be quiet.
And let's be frank, we are women of a
Until this is
particular
over.
age. So the
Girl,
cranky meter is very different from 10 years ago.
it is cranky, sensitive, like oh
Even right
girl.
now, I'm so hot, my hair is getting higher.
Girl,
It's like
I was thinking that same thing. I need flashes.
swelling.
I was
Hmm.
like, the heat flashes. I hope they can't see my sweat. But
For the
anyway, that's
record,
just what the point.
the
I
air
want to tell
conditioner
the
is
sweatshirt.
on. And I'm sitting here
That
like,
part.
I need to go.
That um but listen. If you have not been listening to Oustnow podcast, I don't know what you've been doing because you are really missing out. If you have not already tuned in to the This Is Us, which is only on YouTube, okay? Then you really should go listen to that and catch up with that because we have the second season of that coming up,
Yes, we're making those plans.
right?
Yes,
So we
yes.
are gonna start working on season 2 of the This Is Us series. So go check that out. And we appreciate all of the support. If you have an interesting story or you know a party to a story, go ahead to Ouse Now. I do know the site. Ouse Now. Listen, it's right there. OuseNow.com. I wanted to say podcast so badly, and I knew it wasn't right, and that's why I was getting frustrated because I was like, "Ouse Now." No, it's not the podcast. It's not, but it is the podcast. But that's just not in the address. So it's OuseNow.com, and go ahead and fill out that application and show interest in wanting to be a guest, and also reach out us to in our Gmail. Ouse Now no,
Absolutely.
podcast. There it is. Thank you, girl. Thank you.
There you go. See that little nifty Google form? It is a Google form. Fill it out.
Fill it out
Let's
and
connect.
and and join us and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
It's like that easy button. Let me make sure the link works. I never
Too
really tested
easy.
it. Bam!
Messed up.
Bam!
Girl, This would be a bad idea to find out it's not working.
Share this tab instead. It is working. I just forgot to
Okay.
share the tab. I am a
Uh-oh.
hot mess express today.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
But
Um,
there you go.
yeah.
Here you go. Here's the website. Bam. You hit the Google form and then bam. Fill it out.
All right. That part.
Short questions.
Okay.
Well,
And
we would love to have you.
absolutely, absolutely. We're definitely looking for more guests. And it does you don't have to agree with us. We don't mind it. We can agree to disagree. And that's what makes everybody an individual.
Absolutely.
It makes everybody unique. It makes the world the world. I'm happy that everybody doesn't think like me. And so is this world. But
Yeah, and also know, like, if anyone, what we try to do when you are a guest, especially when it comes to certain topics, we try really hard to make sure that it is a safe environment for you to share your experience. That is a really important goal of ours because it's just something that's important to us because like that's something that I would expect. Like if I wanted to share this thing with you, I wanted to feel like I'm in a safe place to share it. So that is the environment that we try to create when we have our guests. So just know that.
right.
But we appreciate y'all. Go to that
Absolutely.
Google
All right.
form.
That part. Please. So ousters, our day one ousters, we love you. We could not grow without you. Our new ousters, welcome to the team. We love you. Come on in. Let's chat. Let's talk. Let's do this. Let's talk about it. Don't forget season 1, season 2, season 3, and what? Season 4. Go ahead and see that progression, see that growth.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
time is something that you can't get back. And the fact that you took time out of your day, out of your schedules, out of your lives, and came to share and chat with us and watch us and laugh at us with us.
No, that was at us.
Trying to be-
Where?
we cannot thank y'all enough. And wherever you are, have a good night, a good day, a good morning. But wherever you are, just make it good and make it great. Mwah.
Mhm.